sneaker world. What's up, man? You already know you back at. Back at the Sneaker Guy podcast. And you back with your favorite host, your boy JT the Cool Soul, man. Alright, I got a good special episode for y'all today. I know a lot of times on here we talk about, the latest sneakers, the dope sneakers, the very hype sneakers, all those different things. But today, I'm going to talk to you about sneakers that you can get for under $150. Yes, under $150. And these sneakers are still dope. I wouldn't talk about them if they wasn't dope. So, I'm going to name you 4 different sneaker companies that got shoes for under 150 bucks. I always say you don't have to spend top dollar and big amounts of money just to get a dope sneaker. I always say it's how you put the sneaker together with accessories, fitted hats, certain outfits. Like you can get a sneaker that's cheap and then you could dress it up and it can look better than people who got the bigger name sneakers. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you present it, bro. Presentation is everything when it comes to sneakers. So, the first sneaker brand I'm going to start you out with, of course, you already know, Nike. We're going to talk about the Nike Dunk High Undercovers. Now, this shoe to me is a dope shoe. Like, if you like dunks, to me, this is a dope silhouette. We all know this whole all black sneaker has been going crazy now for a little while. So, to me, this is a dope all black sneaker that you could rock. Now, here's one little thing I like about the sneaker. I like how they did 2 different leathers. If you look on the toe box, it's more like a tumble leather. Then when you get around to like the mud guard, it's more of a smoother leather, which I thought that was a nice little hit to put 2 different leathers on this shoe. That was a great look for it. Now, here's another thing I like about it. When you get down to like the bottom of the sole, it got like this cement hit. Now, here's something to me you could do to make this sneaker look even better. If you get you some shoestrings that got that same cement look at it, I promise you, this will set this shoe off. The same way when the black metallics came out and they just threw a white shoestring in it, y'all went ballistic. You could do that same exact thing with this. Even if you probably throw a white shoelace in here, if that's what you like, I think it'll be cool. But to me, I think if you do a cement shoelace, I think it'll really set this off. Now, when you move around to the back of the shoe, it got the word chaos on one shoe, then it got Glasgowish on the other shoe. I know you're like, JT the Cool Soul, what the hell does that stand for? It stands for balance. So it's chaos on one shoe and balance on the other shoe, which I think that's another little cool, just dope look at it. Because if you wearing a shoe and if they just see that little slight words on it, the first thing they're going to say is, hey, what that stand for? And I think that just made the shoe just even more cooler. Like, you can get this shoe right now on GOAT for $131. Like, easily. And like I say, it's all about how you dress it up and deck it. Now, you know me. I always say, when you buy a shoe, you buy a fitted hat. That's just like a cardinal rule to me. So I think you should go on Exclusive Fitteds. That's my favorite website for fitted hats. ExclusiveFitteds.com. You can get this Cleveland Guardians hat right now, bro. And I think it's just going to make this shoe look even better. Like, that G with the wings, like, I just think it's going to set the shoe off just to a bang. Like, right now, I think you should just be on top of this. Like, I always say, getting dope shoes for a good price, I always think that's cool. Everybody don't want to break the bank. And that's okay, bro. Like, you could get top-notch stuff for a good dollar amount. You know what I'm saying? I always say, just dress it up how you like it, and it's going to mean more to you than you just trying to get the top-notch shoe just to say you got it because everybody else got it. I always say, try to get something a little different sometimes just to be different and make it your own. Now, the next shoe company I'm going to give you is New Balance. Now, everybody been New Balance crazy, the dad shoe, like, that's been the end thing for New Balance. So This New Balance 998, the Teddy Sanchez, bro. What I like about this shoe a lot, it's almost like a rust orange color, which I thought was like, all right, this is kind of cool for a shoe. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, you'll have an orange shoe, or it would have been the royal blue. So for them to use, like I said, I call it rust orange. If you use this rust orange color, I just think that was a better hint for a casual shoe. Now, we all know New Balance more, at least for me, it's more of a casual shoe. So this is a shoe you could wear it with like sweatpants, or if you're wearing it with like a polo shirt and some jeans, I think it's gonna hit perfectly. Now, the hat to go with this, man, I had to keep this one just dope and classic. And once again, it is from Exclusive Fitteds, man. This New York Mets hat, bro. You could never go wrong with a classic New York Mets hat, bro. Especially with that blue and that orange. And then for it to have the Statue of Liberty on the side of the hat, I just think that's gonna set this shoe off so much better, bro. Now, also, this is a shoe you can get right now for $144. Like, you can't beat that price. Now, granted, I'm telling you these prices in my size. Now, I know everybody wear total different sizes, but if you wear an 11 from an 11 and a half, these prices is gonna fit you perfectly, bro. Like, to get this shoe for $144, bro, like, this would be a good thing to add to your repertoire, man. I always say have a story within your sneakers. Like, it shouldn't always just be Air Jordan after Air Jordan after Air Jordan, like, or even just Nike after Nike. Like, you gotta bring something different to it. Like I always say, I like to see people's sneaker collection, and it's not like I could just tell everything you got because one shoe gonna line with the next shoe, that shoe gonna line with this. I like it to when I'm looking and I'm like, dang, you got some Asics, or you got some New Balances, or you got some Sauconys. Like, you got to bring more depth to your sneaker collection, bro. Like, don't just get caught up on everything that they showing as the hype thing, bro. Like, you can really do some damage with these New Balances, bro. Because it's a lot of people up on New Balances, but they not up on it like the way they making it seem. They only going after the ones that's considered hype to the masses, or online or on the internet. So get these certain types, dress it up, and I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna make a way bigger boom out in the streets with these. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't up on these, and to get it for a good price and to dress it how you want to, but definitely dress it with this fitted hat. I'm telling you, like, I just think it's gonna hit way better. Like, these New Balances will be a perfect match for you. Now we're gonna move on to Adidas. Now, if you know me, I'm a huge fan of the Adidas rivalry, high or low. Now, these Adidas rivalry low, bruh, from extra butter that they did, I swear to you, I love this shoe, because this is one thing I like about when it comes to them doing rivalries, bro. They always seem to use some of the best material. Now, on this shoe, you can see the leather and the suede. And I know for a fact, because I have a pair of rivalries, I know for a fact that leather is smooth butter leather. And I know they use some top-notch suede, because for some reason, when it comes to the rivalries, they go all out on the material to me. At least for the rivalries I got. You know what I'm saying? So with this one, to see that blue suede and that blue leather mixed together is like a perfect touch. Now, here's where it gets dope. On the back of the shoe, it's like a Statue of Liberty. I thought that was cool on the back of the shoe, because it's supposed to be based off of the New York Rangers, if I'm correct. So their mascot or their logo is the Statue of Liberty. And I think, like, to put that on the back of the heel tab, like, that was like a perfect match. Now, I got to give you a hat. Now, this one is different. This one is from NewEra.com. This New York's Ranger hat with the Statue of Liberty, I just thought it was a perfect match. I was like, you really can't go no other way with the hat. I mean, you can. You definitely can, but matching it up with the sneaker from going off the storyline they going with, I just thought it was a perfect match. So this hat with this sneaker, I think is like a perfect touch. And a lot of people ain't even up on rivalries like that. Like that's like I don't want to say it's low on the totem pole with Adidas because you know everybody was Yeezy crazy at the time, but this is just one of them classic sneakers that I'm like, bro, it's gonna always look nice. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you dressing it up cool, or even if you dressing it down, it's just gonna look good. It got that 80s look. I always say sneakers from the 80s and 90s always just had like a magic touch to it that was unmatched. And these Adidas rivalries is just one of them ones. Now, before I move on, I got an issue with Adidas. Yeah, the Adidas, y'all need to hear this. We need way more rivalry highs and lows than we've ever seen. We never get enough of this shoe. Like it's always just periodically it'll pop up. Which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but we definitely need some more of these, bro. Like this is one of them shoes I think should come out a little more frequently than we usually see. But this shoe right here, you can actually get this for $144, which I think is a still of a deal, bro. Like it is not going for a bad price. I think you're gonna get the bang for your buck. You definitely gonna get good material for a cheap price, which to me, that's always a come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you out here like where I stay, or just I just say probably anywhere where you may stay right now, is not too many people rocking rivalry highs or rivalry lows. Like that ain't a big common shoe. So I think if you get this shoe with this fitted hat and you, like I say, you dress it up right, that presentation gonna tell it so. Like people gonna fall in love with that shoe because they like, bro, you killed it with this. Like that's always what it's about. It's about making that statement with the shoe, and now you don't have to always make that statement with the $300 shoe or the shoe you had to buy resale for 500-600. Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, those sneakers are dope, but you could do just as much damage with a low ball sneaker the same way you can with a high ball. Always, it's just presentation is everything with sneakers. So you get a chance, like I always say, go to GOAT. That's my favorite website to go to. You can get these Adidas Rivalry Low right now for 144 bucks. Now, this company for me is a classic. Now, everybody may not be into it, but this is a company that I definitely love. Reebok. They got this shoe called the Blast. It's an OG shoe. If you know about this shoe, you know Nick Van Axel ran crazy in the shoe. For all you young cats that don't know who Nick Van Axel is, you really need to sit down and jump off a bridge because that dude was a straight bucket getter. And when he was rocking these shoes, he had it going crazy. Like at this time, Reebok was really, I always say, running neck and neck with Nike. And so for them to have this shoe, for it to be like white on one side, black on the other, then it almost looked like a blast. That's what's going around the shoe. I think this is a good pickup. Now, here's where it's really the best. This is probably the cheapest shoe on the list I'm giving you. This shoe right now only going for $110. You know what I'm saying? That you can't beat that off with a stick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta go back and appreciate and get some of the things from the past that was like really a staple in the game. You know what I'm saying? I always say, even if you're a young sneakerhead, you gotta know where these stories really begin. And Reebok and this shoe right here was a beginning staple of how the sneaker game is what you see today. Without this shoe, a lot of the shoes you seeing from just different companies wouldn't be. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't be, it just wouldn't be the same. You know what I'm saying? Like these shoes had to come about for the shoes that y'all rocking now to be what they are today. And I think this is an amazing shoe. Now, Reebok, y'all got to get back in the swing of things and start remaking a lot of these classics, bro. Because OGs like myself and like my boy Mike, my boy Eli, like we look for the classic stuff. You know, shoes that was like big time when we was a kid. We still trying to go after and chase after. And definitely for me, this is definitely one. Now, I know what you're saying. What's the fitted hat, JT the Cool Soul? of course, I'm gonna go with this white side fitted hat, man. This corduroy joint, like, man, I just think this hat is just so dope to me, and I just think it'll set this shoe off to me, like to have that corduroy hat with these black and white Reeboks, like it's like almost a perfect match. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, fitted hats are everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, anytime I buy a sneaker, I always try to get a fitted hat. You know what I'm saying? Like I got fitted hats galore because I just think that's always a great accessory that you can match with a sneaker. And you also can get this fitted hat on exclusivefitteds.com. Hey, exclusive fitted, man, y'all gonna have to start cutting me a check. I shout y'all out a lot on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say it this way, bro. You can always, find sneakers that ain't so expensive, but look just as good. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, it's all about how you bring light into the sneaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put it like this. For all the people who like just, the brick by bricks or the Travis Scotts or things of that nature, like that's cool. But sometimes y'all get these shoes and all y'all do is throw in a t-shirt and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool and I'm not saying you can't do that, but you can't do that every single time. Like you gotta bring something big to the sneaker. You know what I'm saying? The sneaker is only big as what you make it. That's what I'm saying. These sneakers that I'm giving you for under $150, it's all about how you bring something to it that's gonna make it bigger. Now, I'm not just going around saying like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like this shoe just gonna shoot you in the stratosphere of the sneaker game. But it can bring way more attention if you decide to do what I'm saying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like this can make people look at your sneaker game and be like, oh, he nice with it. You know what I'm saying? And they can look at the other people and be like, yeah, you get out of those stuff, but you ain't decking it up like my man's be doing. Like that's what it's about. I always say fashion and sneakers go hand in hand. I ain't saying you got to go out and get Gucci and all of that. It's just about how you dress up that sneaker, what accessories you bring, what type of shirt you got with it, what type of jeans you got with this. So I always say fitted hats. You know what I'm saying? It's just different ways you can go about to make something that's not so expensive look so amazing, bro. So hopefully today I helped you out with getting sneakers for under $150, man. Like it's a lot more out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you the run of the few. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really get out there, do the research, like you can find these certain sneakers, bro. Like you don't have to get so caught up to where the world is like, you gotta get this, you gotta get that, you gotta get this Jordan, you gotta get this type of Adidas. Like you don't make your path and your drive for sneakers your own thing, bro. Like I always say, just don't get caught up in what the world wants you to have. Let me see what you really like. You know what I'm saying? Even if other people don't like it, if it's a sneaker you really like and you know what you want to bring to it, go get it, bro. And this is ways that you can get these sneakers and don't have to break the bank. So hopefully I helped you out, man. Hopefully I brought something, different to you that you can see, man. Like, check out all four of these sneakers, man, and see if in your size are they under 150. Now I say, if you wear an 11, 11 and a half, you good. You know what I'm saying? You good. You getting all these for under $150, bro. And I'm telling you, you bring something right to it, it's gonna bring something back right to you, man. So, like I said, hopefully I helped y'all out with finding dope sneakers that you can get for the dirt, man, and y'all could really make it happen out here, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode, man. It's been another great episode of the Sneaker Guy Podcast. I'm your host, JT the Cool Soul, and I'm out.